Hola gente hermosa, maravillosa, toda la persona, ¿cómo están? I hope so you guys are pretty well. Today I'm gonna show you the makeover for the second room. Now it took us 4 months to finish, so I'm gonna take you through the whole process from the beginning to how it looks right now. It's been a long journey. It's been a time. It's been a long time when you have a toddler living in your living room for 4 months. But yeah, our budget for this room was $500. Actually, the budget for each room makeover, it's going to be $500. If life happens, that it happens in this room, we were a little bit over, so we lost some things like some decorations, but we can do that. And I know we can do that another day. But let's see, let's start. This is how the room used to look before. It was stickers on every wall. It was even stickers on the windows, ugly gray walls, and the popcorn ceiling. I hate so much popcorn ceiling. I hate it. Like, I really hate it, guys. But this time I was smart. I went to buy this water pump, and I sprayed the ceiling. It was even like slime and squishes on the ceiling, so that's what you see falling down. But yeah, once you put water, you can remove this popcorn effect real easy. You can just grab a spatula or anything and it will just fall with that. Now you're gonna know when it's enough water and not enough, because once you start to do this scraping and you see powder coming out, it means you need more water, because it needs to create this long stripe effect like this. That's the sign that you put a good amount of water. But also, you don't want to put a lot to create like humidity on your ceiling or like water damage. So just trust on your guts when you do that. Okay, I want to show you here that any joint area, like any place that they put compound to like cover any screws or the joint tape, like that one that they normally put all around the bedroom, those are the hardest parts to remove them, because it gets a glue, because popcorn ceiling is kind of like also like compound, like, and then they put the on top of it. Yeah, it's really hard. So just add way more water. You're gonna need it. You want that because you want it to really come out smooth, or you can damage those areas. And after hard work of like 4 hours in this bedroom, that's how the ceiling was looking. We just need to let it dry to be ready to prime. And now we need to clean all this mess. Now, warning, in this section, I'm gonna go kind of slow first because my little helper was looking so cute. Okay, let's put some turbo on these videos. The only thing we were doing here is priming the ceiling, priming the walls. And after that, we just let it dry for 24 hours. Here, I have experienced that if you don't let those walls dry a minimum 24 hours, they create like humidity and then start to peeling. So that's what I did. After I came here and I was starting the ceiling. Now, the original plan was to make stripes on the ceiling to give it an effect of rainbow, like a rainbow stripey. But wallpaper was not an option because of the prices. But listen, it's not about price, those wallpapers. It's just, we need to remember that I just have $500 budget. Okay, so I was trying to work smarter and not hard, and my neck was starting to hurt. So we went to get this laser level. Laser level? Yeah, I think that's the name. But for a strange reason, it was not creating a straight line. I don't know, it was them, the walls. I don't know. So I just, I was trying to go with it and put some stripes with the tape, put whatever the laser was telling me. And after a couple of stripes, it was getting on my nerves that it was just not straight. So I moved on to the walls. We decided to put a beige color, like a bone color, for the top part of the walls. And I tried to give it another try to this laser level, but this time for the walls. We want scallops to the walls, so I was like, okay, let's put that in there. I'm gonna use the sticker as a top measurement to make sure that everyone is on the same level. I don't know if I explain myself correctly, but the good thing is a video, so you can see what I'm trying to do. Also, not that I remember, I have already a short video showing this process, so I'm just gonna link any short video on the description box for you guys. And after look at the ceiling one more time and think about it, I just decided to let my neck rest for this project a little bit and remove those tape stripes. Here is the moment when I found out that the tape pulled out the primer from the ceiling. So I was like, great, I have holes on my ceiling now. I mean, part of this was my fault because it was raining season and I left the window open, so probably I create humidity in here. But it's okay, we can fix it. I started sanding every area that I saw that was missing paint. If this happens to you, did you remove your blue or green tape from the walls or ceiling and paint come out? Sand it, because if it come out from one tiny spot, it probably eats more than that all around it. So just sand it, make it smooth until like you can see where the paint actually dry well, and then just patch it again. And I was already sanding, so I was like, okay, let's sand any wood surface because it's gonna get paint. It's gonna get paint too, so let's help ourselves. Now, one random night, I wake up like at 2 a.m. and I went inside the room and painted the ceiling. I don't have a video about it. I just know that I did it. But it happens to me again, those humidity pockets in the ceiling. Now, this time I just was trying to be like smart, and I was like, oh, maybe if I put paint on the compound, maybe I don't need to repaint those spots and they can just dry sand it and that's it. But it ended up being a little bit lighter. It's just like a snitch lighter than the ceiling. And that, it was the moment that gave me the idea to need to put this ceiling like a cloudy ceiling. So I was okay, cool. Once this dry, I'm gonna go back and paint those clouds. Here, the strategy that I used was put some of the cream color on the sponge and the blue from the ceiling, and just do this tap movements, sometimes in circles. You play, you have fun with it, and it's gonna create the cloudy effect. You're not gonna have clouds like the Hayway from John Constable, but you're gonna have some clouds, and it's gonna be enough for a 5 years old. Now, I'm just gonna give you a tip that way you don't make the same mistakes that I did on this room. Is if you wanna create this effect of clouds with the sponge technique, make sure you put all the clouds on the same directions, because I unfortunately put some random ones vertically when the majority were horizontals, and they look like mistakes. But I let them. They're still there. They're like my reminder for my mistakes, and then I need to learn and take notes about it. So yeah, I probably am gonna fix them in the future, but not today. Not today. Now let's move on with this beautiful color that is going to be for the frame of the window. So technically for the whole window. And after this point, it's more detail oriented, so I can give you a better point of view with the camera. we're gonna move on to the walls. And I don't know what I was having a hard time to open this can, but at the end we made it possible. And now let's present you the pink color, like a bubbly Barbie gum pink. That's the color we're gonna put on the walls. And after shaking it, we are ready to put the paint in there, put in the roll, and let's start with the walls. And let me tell you that once we start to put color on the walls, this place starts to look so different. Now let's remember that we need to put scallops on the walls. So first, we're gonna paint all the big chunks, like from the scallop design down. Just fill it up and use these small rollers to go between the curve areas. And that's technically what I do here. I put the roll in the middle of the curvy part and I go down. And then I start to just fill it up. Now once half of the walls are painted, I'm going to go back with a brush and fill up those round sections. Just like this. I'm just going to go slow. And if you ask, it has access of paint dripping, don't worry, we just brush it down. Here I'm showing you how slow I work on doing this part. This is one of the details of why it took so long for do this room. But also it's worth it because I don't need to make a mess. I don't need to go back and fix anything. Of course, I totally recommend to put some kind of music with this. A audiobook, podcast, just pick something that's gonna make it be more fun. Okay, now let's put some turbo on this. And the reason why I like to put turbo on the videos is because I know some people, they will just move on the bar, like going faster and faster and faster with their own fingers or with the mouse. So I'm just gonna do it for you. Some of you, I'm pretty sure you guys click on the moving every 10 seconds faster and faster. So I know that I've been doing that before. So I'm not gonna make you boring with this, but at the same time, I like to see how these little curvy pumps come into life. Now this orange yellowish paint is for the closet doors. For the main door, we decided to put purple in the back. I thought we were almost done. It was looking beautiful. And then, do you hear every time I step in those squishy noises? Do you guys remember that we were having problem with the label? Well, we found out it was a problem with the subfloors. We had a wood beam under that it was taller than any other one. So that was making the floor not be straight and create like this like a mountain effect. Also, whoever installed the subfloors before, it didn't nail them onto the stops or bends, however you want to call them. But after my husband fixed them, we had some floors. He's giving me green light to go back inside and work. I went straight to fix this closet. And my great idea was, let's add some wallpaper that I found on the estate sale. Pre-paste wallpapers is easy to install. You just need to like spray some water on them and that's it. It will activate the glue. And then I ran out, so I had to paint match the paper. This house was looking on the first coat of paint. So I moved back to the windows because I realized I didn't paint the inside of them.
Like, I knew they were looking weird, but for a moment I didn't know what it was until I was like, damn, they're brown on the inside, so we need to fix that. Now I'm gonna give you a tip. Do not waste time and money on put these blue tapes inside the windows, because after that I remember, damn, I can just clean it with these little knives. Now, to the end, thanks to fixing the floors, it made us run out from our budget money, but my little one would still want to have a rainbow, some sort of, so I found out this giant sticker on Amazon. As you can see the sneak peek of the closet, it has a whiteboard sticker, and we put this, you call it, a window privacy film, because it says in the description that it will give you a rainbow effect during the sunny days. And yes, I'm gonna let you watch me struggling with this giant sticker. It wasn't a pain to put it on, first of all because it's for walls, so figure out how to reverse it for the ceiling was kind of tricky. Also, figure out how far to put the sticker from one wall to another one also was tricky, because figure out these walls are not straight. You know what happens when you put a sticker and it's not straight? It creates bubbles and folds. Okay, so technically you saw half of the room done with the last shot, but this is a reminder how it's looking at the beginning, and this is how it looks now. And that's it for today. If you like it, please thumbs up, and if you're interested in how we're going to do the rest of the house, please subscribe. That way we can do this journal together.
I'm gonna ask, can I? Oh my gosh.